Okay, today we moved inside, so if the lighting's crap, I'm sorry, but I'm not moving everything from the garage in here. I just brought the camera. But today we're going to take a look at the Eco Tank ET2800. And we're going to take a look at it for use as a sublimation printer. So if you're not familiar with sublimation printing, basically think of it as a way of printing on items inside your home. So a lot of times if you order a customized mug or a customized shirt or something like that, it's usually done one of a few ways. Either vinyl, which is kind of like what you would see with an iron-on transfer, or stuff like sublimation printing where it's actually baked into the product. So, you know, shirts that you can't really feel the lettering on, those are going to be more of a sublimation, or coffee cups with pictures or designs on them, those are usually going to be a sublimation. Now, usually sublimation printers are pretty expensive, about 500 bucks a pop, but they say you can convert Epson Eco Tank into a sublimation printer, and that's what we're going to test out. Now, mind you, I have an Epson Eco Tank 2800 already as an inkjet printer, but the thing is, as soon as regular ink is in there, you can't use it for a sublimation printer and vice versa, so we got us a new one. So like we talked about, you can't use inkjet ink, you have to use sublimation ink. So this is from I don't know what brand. I'll put it down here when I look back on Amazon and see what it was that I ordered. So this is a 5-pack. So that comes with 2 blacks, a cayenne, magenta, and yellow. Let's go ahead and get that opened. Okay, so the next thing that we do is put the ink in. So obviously we're just going to match up the color with the right spot. Okay, so this part is super easy. So our first section is black here. The only thing that we have to do is pop this up, take the cover off, and just drop it in place. Okay, so we'll just push it in until it snaps, or clicks, I should say, clicks into place, and it'll fill itself up and stop when it's full. Okay, we got a little bit left over in the black, so we'll just hold on to that. Next color we have is yellow, so we'll close that lid, open the next lid, and let her rip. So if you're getting their printer for just regular printing, so their cartridges are a little bit different. They have these little tabs here, and they literally just sit in there. There is no snapping in place, but they'll work the same way. They'll just drain straight into the tank. Okay, so you see this big old splotch of ink here. These cartridges are really mess free. I had pulled the top off, the cap off, to see if there was anything under there, because I couldn't get it to sit in there properly at first because I was afraid to push down on it. And when I took the cap off, that's when some of the ink spilt. And by cap, I mean this part, not this part. Okay, next we have is magenta. Okay, now that we've got all the ink in, we're just going to go ahead and plug this bad boy in. Okay, so now that we have everything all set up, the next thing will be to print a design. Okay, one side is blank, one side says A sub, so I know, because I already have this style printer, that to print facing up, or whatever's facing towards you, is what side it's going to be printed on. So I have some designs here. I'm just going to print them out real quickly. Okay, so there's a couple things. When you print in sublimation, you print in reverse, because this will be the inside facing towards the cup. So, and it also looks kind of faded, but it's supposed to brighten up when you actually transfer it over. So let me get one of these cut out, and then we'll take a look. Okay, so we have our design cut out. Now when I measured this, I got us at 3.5 inches. So I'm just going to make a little mark here of where I want the top of this thing to rest. Okay, so what I'm going to do is just get a piece of tape ready to go. Okay, so this stuff is called sublimation or heat tape, so it's just the heat from the sublimation will not let it melt. Okay, so we get that ready to go. Let me find my mark. Okay, I just want to make sure I get this good and tight so that it doesn't move anywhere. Put some butcher paper around it. Alright, now we're just going to go ahead and slide this into our machine. And we're going to let that go for 4 minutes. Okay, so it's out of the press. We're just going to let that cool and then we'll come back and check and see how it came out. Yep, so that's it, permanently on there. Only drawback here is it is crooked because I just hurry up and slapped it on there versus taking time to measure it out and find the center and all that kind of stuff. So we'll definitely make another one nice and slow and go through the steps good, but it feels like it adhered on there just fine. I'm thinking it might need a little bit more time in there. I do see some spots where the ink didn't fully transfer over. But I mean, the color's good and it stayed on there. So, yep, save yourself $300 and get you an Epson Eco Tank with sublimation ink to get your stuff done. All right, that's going to do it for this review. Thanks so much for sticking around. If you liked the content or found it helpful, please go ahead and hit that thumbs up button. And if there's anything that you want to see reviewed on this channel, please put that down in the comment section below, and I'll try to get my hands on it to do a review for you. Other than that, we'll see you next time. Bye.